Today, for the very first time since the Eureka tornado hit, two survivors, one of them critically injured, visited the place they once called home. And as KSN's Emily Younger shows us, it was an emotional homecoming filled with tears, but most of all, hope. She has that in our top story.
Well, Jeff, this is what the couple came home to, rubble. And it was in this very spot the husband was standing when this wall came down on him.
I walked up to the house and I just started crying because I can't believe you guys made it through that.
Next to her dad, putting her hand on his back, Amanda Massant says,
I love you.
Those three coveted words are words Massant says she feared she may never get to tell her mother and father again.
And I was like, oh my God, that's right over my parents. So I knew something bad had happened.
It was around 7:25 on Tuesday night. The couple's clock still stuck on that very time today when
He was starting to turn around. He hollered at my mom and said, we better get down to the basement.
moments later the home's walls collapsed.
It flew off and hit him, and he can remember going up in the air, and it knocked him out.
Massant's parents, Harry Lee and Peggy Lewis, were trapped. Lewis describing those moments to us moments after finding her most precious item in the rubble, her Bible.
When I went down in the dining room and I screamed for help, and I looked down and I collect crosses, one was laying by me.
That very cross survived the storm,
This means my life.
as did Lewis's 35-year-old Bible.
Everything's in it, my mother, my grandmother.
And all the collected photos inside.
It's just overwhelming. It's getting to where I can't breathe right now.
They're strong. They lived through this. They're very lucky to be alive.
It's the family's strong faith and Massant's dad's sense of humor, she says, will pull them through.
I told him, I said, you look like you got in one bad fight. And he said, yeah, and the tornado won.
And once volunteers in the family are done sifting through the items here, this home will be condemned. Now, the couple plans to move in with their daughter in Wichita for the time being, but they say they will be back because Eureka is home. In Eureka, Emily Younger, KSN News 3.
Lee broke nearly every bone on his right side of his face. He's expected to have reconstructive surgery next week. Lewis has bruising to a majority of her body. Both are expected to be okay, but lost everything.